Tech billionaire Elon Musk and Senator Elizabeth Warren are at the center of a fiery controversy after a live confrontation during a Twitter Spaces discussion erupted into a verbal showdown. The event, which was intended to be a moderated conversation about the future of tech regulation, took an unexpected turn when Musk accused Warren of being out of touch with modern technology, sparking a heated back and forth that left listeners stunned. The discussion began calmly, with Warren voicing concerns about the unchecked power of tech companies and their impact on data privacy and economic inequality. "We need to hold these corporations accountable," she said. "Billionaires like Elon Musk should not be allowed to play by a different set of rules." Musk, who had been relatively quiet up to that point, jumped in to defend his companies and the tech industry as a whole. "With all due respect, Senator Warren, your understanding of technology is decades behind," Musk said, his tone sharp. "You're trying to regulate an industry you clearly don't understand." The comment immediately drew gasps from listeners in the Twitter Spaces room, which included thousands of journalists, tech enthusiasts, and political watchers. Warren, visibly irked, fired back. "What I understand is that billionaires like you have too much power and too little accountability. You think you're above the law." Musk wasn't finished. "That's rich coming from someone who has never built anything in her life," he shot back. "While you're busy grandstanding, we're out here innovating and solving real-world problems." The exchange quickly spiraled into a heated debate, with Warren accusing Musk of exploiting workers and avoiding taxes, and Musk countering by accusing Warren of stifling innovation with excessive regulations. At one point, Musk quipped, "If you had your way, we'd all be using flip phones and paying for them with checks." Warren didn't let the insult slide. "And if you had your way, corporations like yours would own every aspect of our lives, from the cars we drive to the thoughts we think," she said. "You might call it innovation, but I call it a monopoly." The clash continued for nearly 15 minutes, with neither side backing down. Musk accused Warren of being anti-progress and suggested that her policies would drive innovation overseas. Warren, in turn, accused Musk of using his platform to spread misinformation and evade responsibility. Social media exploded as clips of the confrontation went viral, with hashtags like #MuskVS.Warren and #Twitter Spaces Clash trending within minutes. Opinions were sharply divided, with some praising Musk for standing up to what they see as overreaching government policies, while others lauded Warren for holding tech billionaires accountable. "Elon Musk just destroyed Elizabeth Warren live on Twitter Spaces," tweeted one supporter of Musk. "She doesn't know what she's talking about, and it shows." Meanwhile, Warren's allies fired back, with one user tweeting, "Elizabeth Warren just called out Elon Musk's arrogance for the whole world to see. Accountability is not optional." Political analysts were quick to weigh in, with some describing the exchange as a microcosm of the larger debate over tech regulation and corporate power. "This isn't just about Musk and Warren," said one commentator. "It's about the future of how we balance innovation with accountability." Late-night comedians also had a field day with the incident. One host joked, "Elon Musk and Elizabeth Warren arguing is like watching two different species trying to communicate. One speaks the language of tech, the other speaks the language of taxes." The confrontation has reignited debates about the role of billionaires in shaping public policy. Critics of Musk argue that his dominance in industries like space exploration, electric vehicles, and social media gives him an outsized influence that needs to be checked. Supporters, however, argue that Musk's vision and innovation are vital to addressing global challenges like climate change and space colonization. For Warren, the exchange has bolstered her reputation as a fierce advocate for economic justice and corporate accountability. "This is why we need leaders like Elizabeth Warren," said one progressive activist. "She's not afraid to stand up to the most powerful people in the world." Musk, on the other hand, has embraced the controversy, tweeting a meme of himself as a knight fighting a dragon labeled regulations. In a follow-up tweet, he wrote, "If we listened to Elizabeth Warren, we'd still be riding horses and sending mail by pigeon." As the dust settles, both figures seem to have emerged from the clash with their respective bases more energized than ever. Warren has used the incident to push for stronger antitrust laws and tech regulations, while Musk has doubled down on his calls for a more innovation-friendly policy environment. The incident also raises questions about the role of platforms like Twitter in shaping public discourse. While the confrontation was widely praised for its transparency and accessibility, some critics argued that the format encouraged theatrics over substance. "This wasn't a debate, it was a spectacle," said one media analyst. For now, the Musk-Warren showdown remains a defining moment in the ongoing debate over the future of technology and regulation. Whether it leads to meaningful policy changes or becomes just another viral moment in the news cycle remains to be seen. Stay tuned, because in the high-stakes world of tech and politics, this story is far from over. Whether Musk and Warren will continue their feud or find common ground, one thing is clear: the battle over the future of innovation and accountability is just beginning. The aftermath of the fiery Twitter Spaces confrontation between Elon Musk and Elizabeth Warren continues to ripple across political, tech, and social spheres. The debate, which was initially centered on tech regulations, has now spiraled into a broader conversation about wealth inequality, corporate accountability, and the role of billionaires in shaping public policy. Both camps have leveraged the incident to energize their supporters. Musk, known for his unfiltered approach to social media, has taken to Twitter to frame the confrontation as a battle between innovation and outdated government policies. "The future doesn't wait for red tape," Musk tweeted to his 130 million followers. "We need bold thinkers, not bureaucratic bottlenecks." Warren, meanwhile, has doubled down on her call for stricter regulations on tech giants and billionaires. At a recent town hall, she invoked the clash with Musk as proof of the need for systemic change. "When billionaires like Elon Musk think they're above accountability, it's a sign of how broken the system has become," she told an enthusiastic crowd. Social media remains a battlefield for opposing narratives. Pro-Musk hashtags like #TeamElon and #InnovationFirst are trending alongside pro-Warren hashtags like #HoldBillionairesAccountable and #WarrenWasRight. Memes, GIFs, and video clips of the confrontation continue to flood platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. One viral TikTok video reenacted the exchange, portraying Musk as a futuristic tech overlord and Warren as a crusading lawmaker armed with a tax code manual. The caption read, "When two different worlds collide." The post has amassed millions of views and sparked thousands of comments debating who won the clash. Tech commentators have weighed in, with some siding with Musk's critique of government overreach and others defending Warren's push for regulation. "Elon Musk has a point. Innovation often outpaces regulation," said one Silicon Valley entrepreneur. "But that doesn't mean we should let billionaires operate without oversight." Others argue that Warren's stance reflects a growing frustration with the outsized influence of tech billionaires. "Musk's wealth gives him incredible power, and with that comes responsibility," said a policy analyst. Warren is highlighting the need to ensure that power isn't abused. The confrontation has also drawn attention to Musk's growing role in shaping public discourse. As the owner of Twitter, Musk has not only a platform but also control over one of the most influential tools for communication. Critics argue that this dual role creates a conflict of interest, especially when Musk uses the platform to attack political opponents. Warren addressed this issue during a recent interview, saying, "When someone like Elon Musk owns the megaphone and uses it to drown out dissent, it's a threat to democracy. We need to ensure that no one person has that much control over public discourse." Musk fired back in a tweet, writing, "Elizabeth Warren doesn't want free speech, she wants controlled speech. Sorry, Senator, but the internet isn't yours to regulate." The exchange has reignited debates about the role of free speech in the digital age. Supporters of Musk argue that his approach to running Twitter reflects a commitment to transparency and open dialogue, while critics claim that his actions disproportionately amplify certain voices while silencing others. For Warren, the confrontation has become a rallying point for progressives who see tech billionaires as emblematic of the systemic inequalities plaguing society. Advocacy groups have used the incident to amplify calls for policies like wealth taxes and stronger antitrust enforcement. One progressive organization released a statement praising Warren's stance, saying, "Elon Musk represents everything that's wrong with unchecked corporate power. Senator Warren is fighting for the people, and we stand with her." Musk's defenders, however, argue that his companies have made significant contributions to society, from advancing electric vehicles to developing space exploration technologies. "Elon Musk isn't the problem, he's the solution," said one prominent tech investor. "Without visionaries like him, we'd still be stuck in the past." The confrontation has also become a topic of discussion on Capitol Hill, with lawmakers from both parties weighing in. Progressive Democrats have largely rallied behind Warren, while conservative Republicans have defended Musk as a champion of free enterprise and innovation. Senator Bernie Sanders echoed Warren's concerns about billionaire influence, saying, "When billionaires think they can make the rules, it's time for the people to take back power." Meanwhile, Senator Ted Cruz called the incident a perfect example of Democrats trying to crush innovation. The broader implications of the clash extend beyond politics, touching on societal attitudes toward wealth, innovation, and regulation. Some see the incident as a reflection of the growing tensions between an increasingly powerful tech sector and a government struggling to keep pace with rapid technological advancements. Political analysts are divided on whether the incident will have a lasting impact. Some believe it will bolster Warren's standing as a champion of economic justice, while others argue it could backfire by alienating voters who view her as too combative. For Musk, the confrontation appears to have only strengthened his position as a polarizing but influential figure. While his detractors accuse him of arrogance and irresponsibility, his supporters praise him as a visionary willing to challenge the status quo. The incident has also sparked renewed interest in the role of billionaires in the 2024 election. Some speculate that Musk's growing political involvement could lead to an even larger role in shaping policy debates, while others question whether his outspoken style could ultimately harm his companies. In the days following the confrontation, Twitter Spaces has seen a surge in popularity, with users flocking to the platform to host their own debates on the Musk-Warren clash. One discussion titled Musk vs. Warren, Who's Right?, attracted over 100,000 listeners in a single evening. Late-night comedians continue to lampoon the incident, with one host joking, "Who knew Twitter Spaces would become the new Congress? I guess the filibuster is now 280 characters long." For Warren, the controversy has provided an opportunity to highlight her broader policy goals, including breaking up monopolies and increasing taxes on the ultra-wealthy. At a recent rally, she declared, "This fight isn't just about Elon Musk, it's about building a fairer economy for everyone." Musk, however, seems unfazed by the criticism. In a recent podcast appearance, he dismissed the confrontation as just another day in politics and reiterated his commitment to pushing the boundaries of innovation. "We're building the future," he said. "I'm not going to let a bunch of bureaucrats hold us back." As the dust begins to settle, both figures appear to have emerged from the clash with their core supporters more energized than ever. For Warren, the incident reinforces her image as a fearless advocate for accountability, while for Musk, it cements his reputation as a bold disruptor unafraid to challenge authority. Whether the Musk-Warren confrontation leads to meaningful policy changes or fades into the background as just another viral moment remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the battle over the future of technology and accountability is far from over. Stay tuned, because in the ever-evolving world of tech and politics, this story is just beginning. With Musk and Warren refusing to back down, the next chapter in their ongoing feud promises to be just as explosive. The Musk-Warren confrontation has quickly transcended the Twitter Spaces platform, becoming a defining moment in the ongoing cultural clash between Silicon Valley and Washington, D.C. For many, the fiery exchange epitomized the growing tensions between the tech industry's rapid growth and the government's struggle to regulate it. As news outlets continue to dissect the event, several political commentators have pointed out that the debate was more than just a personal feud. It was a microcosm of the larger ideological battle over wealth, innovation, and government oversight. "This wasn't just about Musk and Warren," said one analyst. "It's about the future of how America balances its technological dominance with ethical and economic accountability." Progressives have rallied behind Warren's bold stance, framing her remarks as a much-needed challenge to the unchecked power of billionaires. Advocacy groups like Move On and Justice Democrats have launched online campaigns promoting Warren's vision for stronger antitrust laws and corporate accountability, with one petition gathering over 1 million signatures in just 48 hours. Musk supporters, however, argue that Warren's approach risks stifling innovation and driving companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter to relocate operations overseas. "The world doesn't wait for bureaucracy," said one Musk ally. "If the U.S. doesn't support innovators like Elon, other countries will." The debate has also intensified discussions about taxation and wealth inequality, with Warren doubling down on her proposal for a wealth tax on billionaires. In a recent interview, she stated, "Elon Musk and people like him need to pay their fair share. It's about time the system stopped catering to the ultra-rich." Musk dismissed Warren's comments in his trademark style, tweeting, "If Elizabeth Warren taxed innovation, we'd all still be riding horses and sending mail by candlelight." The tweet received millions of likes and retweets, highlighting the divide between his fans and critics. The conversation around the confrontation has also spilled over into mainstream political discourse. During a televised panel discussion, Republican lawmakers seized the opportunity to accuse Warren of pushing a big government agenda, while Democrats defended her as a champion for working-class families. "Elizabeth Warren is fighting for the average American," said one Democratic congressman. "Elon Musk is fighting for his bottom line." Late-night television has turned the feud into a comedic goldmine, with one host quipping, "This Musk-Warren debate is the modern version of David versus Goliath, except both think they're David." The clash has also drawn attention to the role of social media in shaping public perception. As the owner of Twitter, Musk has leveraged the platform to amplify his message and rally his supporters, sparking debates about the ethical implications of a billionaire controlling such a powerful tool for communication. Critics argue that Musk's dual role as both a tech entrepreneur and a social media mogul creates a conflict of interest, especially when he uses Twitter to challenge politicians who advocate for regulating his companies. "This is a dangerous precedent," said one media ethicist. "We need to ask ourselves what happens when one individual has this much influence over public discourse." Warren has addressed these concerns directly, calling for increased scrutiny of tech moguls who own media platforms. When billionaires control the tools of communication, they have the power to shape narratives and silence dissent, she said. "That's not democracy, that's oligarchy." The Musk-Warren feud has also become a talking point for 2024 presidential hopefuls. Progressive candidates have invoked Warren's critique of Musk to bolster their own campaigns, while conservatives have used the incident to argue against what they call Democratic overreach. At a recent rally, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis called Musk a symbol of American innovation and accused Warren of trying to dismantle the very engines that drive our economy. Meanwhile, progressive activist Nina Turner praised Warren's willingness to confront powerful billionaires, tweeting, "This is the kind of leadership we need, unafraid and uncompromising." The incident has also sparked discussions about the role of billionaires in shaping public policy. While Musk's defenders argue that his companies are solving critical global challenges, his critics contend that his influence has outgrown accountability. "Elon Musk's vision is impressive, but it doesn't mean he's above the law," said one legal expert. For Warren, the confrontation has been a rallying point for her broader policy agenda. During a recent campaign stop, she highlighted her efforts to rein in corporate power, saying, "This isn't just about one billionaire. It's about creating a system that works for everyone, not just the ultra-wealthy." Musk, however, has shown no signs of backing down. In a recent podcast appearance, he dismissed Warren's critiques as political theater and reiterated his commitment to pushing the boundaries of innovation. "We're not going to stop building the future just because some people are afraid of change," he said. As the debate continues to dominate headlines, polls show that public opinion is sharply divided. While progressives overwhelmingly support Warren's stance, many Americans remain skeptical of her regulatory proposals, viewing them as overly intrusive. Musk's approval ratings, meanwhile, have remained steady, with his core base rallying behind him. The feud has also inspired a wave of grassroots activism. Supporters of Warren have organized rallies and online fundraisers to promote her legislative initiatives, while Musk's fans have launched a social media campaign defending his contributions to innovation and job creation. Meanwhile, the confrontation has sparked renewed interest in the broader challenges of regulating emerging technologies. From artificial intelligence to space exploration, policymakers are grappling with how to create rules that promote innovation while protecting public interests. For Musk, the incident has solidified his role as both a hero and a villain in the eyes of the public. While his critics view him as a symbol of corporate excess, his supporters see him as a visionary fighting against an outdated political system. For Warren, the confrontation has cemented her reputation as a fearless advocate for economic justice. While she faces criticism from conservatives and moderates, her progressive base has rallied around her, praising her willingness to challenge powerful interests. As the dust begins to settle, both Musk and Warren appear to have emerged from the feud with their core supporters more energized than ever. For Musk, the clash reinforces his image as a bold disruptor, while for Warren, it underscores her commitment to holding billionaires accountable. Whether the Musk-Warren confrontation leads to meaningful policy changes or fades into the background as just another viral moment remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the debate over the future of innovation, regulation, and accountability is far from over. Stay tuned, because this story is just beginning. As Musk and Warren continue to clash, the stakes for the future of technology and politics have never been higher.